I was told once, living in Honduras, you see the gospel come to life. It's right before your eyes. And indeed, I've found that to be true. St. Benedict Joseph Medical Center is an outreach service to the poor, which is funded and supervised through the community of the Franciscan Friars of the Renewal.
Lord, make haste to help me. Glory to the Father, and to the Son, and to the Holy Spirit. Like the sun and moon, from age to age.
Our life is an apostolic life. We try to follow Jesus and the apostles, live as Jesus and the apostles lived. And Jesus sent the apostles out to preach and also to heal.
The medical center is a short walk from our friary here in Comayagua, Honduras. And I think one of my joys is simply walking there and enjoying the beauty of the neighborhood. The neighborhood in which St. Benedict Joseph Medical Center is situated is a very poor neighborhood on the outskirts of the city.
San Benito Jose was founded to provide the Lord's consolation and healing for the poorest of the poor, here as an outreach.
The majority of patients that we serve would come from the area of Comayagua, which is a small city in the heart of Honduras. Comayagua is surrounded by mountains. The really poor are the ones who live up in those mountains. Some so far from the city that they don't even have electricity. Some not even running water. Those who live out in those secluded places are the poorest that we serve, without a doubt. About 60% of all the patients that we serve are women. 50% are children. St. Benedict Joseph Medical Center has 20 full-time staff members.
At least 120 people every day will receive help here. The patients will always say that they feel special things here. They feel that the environment is different than the other hospitals.
Se refleja en ellos la alegría de haber encontrado un lugar donde pudieron solucionar su problema.
Yo nunca había encontrado un lugar que me trataran de bien como me han tratado aquí. Aquí sí encontré todo lo que yo necesitaba. Paciencia, amor, cariño, servicio, todo. Y yo estoy agradecida con ellos. Yo nunca voy a poder pagar.
Sometimes we cannot assist everybody who comes here, but we try. And that is our challenge right now, you know.
St. Benedict Joseph Medical Center serves over 2,000 people a month during the year, with an average of 6 medical missions. It serves as many as 500 patients through surgeries. The medical missions or brigades that we have are a week long. The surgeons and team will arrive on Saturday, and then on Sunday they will begin evaluations of all the patients to be operated on during that week.
Each patient is evaluated by a surgeon, by an anesthesiologist, and also by a physician's assistant. Then they are put in a list. And going down that list, then we finally have the entire panel of the operations that are going to be performed.
This week it's all general surgery, so we'll have 2 rooms of gallbladder surgeries and 1 room that'll primarily be hernia repairs.
We operate on approximately 110 to 130 patients depending on the year.
And it's amazing once you get a core of people who have the interest and believe in it. It just comes together without any effort.
The fruits of these medical brigades are more than simply physical healing. They experience often a renewal in sort of their vocation as doctors and nurses. Perhaps because in their hearts, many of them became doctors or nurses because of that basic desire to help people.
We provide services that otherwise there's just no way that the community could get. And so that's what's really important to us. That's the most important thing. It's just something that I think if we couldn't do it, or if there wasn't the funds or the facility to do it, it would be a great hardship for a lot of these folks.
It's a way of having a dramatic effect on bringing healthcare to impoverished people who just have a miserable time trying to negotiate the system.
There's a huge need for this. I wish more brigades could come because unfortunately, for one reason or another, some patients we can't necessarily operate on today, but we would be able to in a week or two, but we're not here. And so there's definitely a void of this kind of type of care in this area and for these patients.
I honestly fell in love with the people of Honduras. It's one of the poorest countries in the hemisphere, but even in spite of their poverty, they are happy, they are friendly, they are welcoming, they are grateful, they are patient. It's just unbelievable, you know, and this grows on you. This is a must, we need to do it.
The fruits and effects in the lives of the patients is more than their physical healing. For them as well, there's an experience that they're not forgotten.
No me imaginé que iba a tener este privilegio. Me vine en el asunto de buscar remedio para la hernia y en realidad lo encontré.
Sí.
Bueno, gracias a Dios.
Que la bendición de Dios Todopoderoso, Padre, Hijo, y el Espíritu Santo descienda sobre usted.
There is absolutely room for growth. One of the great hopes of mine for the medical center is to be able to have mission trips that would go up into the mountain villages themselves. Oftentimes, simply the travel that the patients have to do to get to the medical center is an obstacle large enough that even when they're in need, they simply won't come. One of the ways I view San Benito is kind of like a bridge, where those from a first world country, such as the United States, encounter those who live in Honduras. The medical teams that come down and provide surgeries give their skills, they give their time. The patients in return give to them gratitude, because these people have a gratitude that's based on a need that has no other way of being fulfilled. So not only are those who provide the medical services involved in this exchange, but even those who donate, who maybe have no other way really to give, no other way to serve Christ and those whom he calls his brothers, that is, the poor, than to simply give. And St. Benedict Joseph sees itself as an opportunity, a place where people can be generous in whatever way they can.
One of the reasons why we know that San Benito Jose is the work of God is because it relies completely on the generosity of others. We have no government assistance, there's no insurance, we're not paid by the patients to come here, everything's offered free of charge. But it's obvious that the Lord wants it to continue because people continue to help us. It's a collaborative effort of many, many people. And like any work of God, it's not a strict sort of security that we have that it will continue, but just a trust that if God wants it to happen, it will continue. That He will inspire generous people to make it continue. That's our hope, that's our trust, because He wants it.